In the early hours of dawn, when the world is still waking up, the calm surface of the lake reflects the beauty of nature at its purest. Among the first to greet the morning light are the swans, moving silently across the water with an elegance that has inspired countless legends and works of art. These majestic birds are more than just symbols of beauty and grace. They are complex creatures with a rich life story that spans across continents and cultures. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the life of swans, from the first moments of their lives to the challenges they face in the wild. As we glide along with them, we'll uncover the fascinating details of their existence, their incredible migrations, and the profound impact they have had on human culture. The story of a swan begins long before it takes its first breath. High above the waterline, in a carefully chosen spot, the mother swan has spent days, even weeks, constructing a nest. Made from reeds, grasses, and twigs, this nest is a testament to her dedication and instinctual drive to protect the next generation. Inside, the eggs lie nestled, safe and warm under the watchful eye of their mother. For over a month, the mother swan will guard these eggs with unwavering vigilance, turning them regularly to ensure even warmth and fending off any potential threats. The father, too, plays his part, patrolling the territory to keep predators at bay. This early stage of life, though unseen, is critical, setting the stage for the development of the young swans inside. Each egg holds the potential for a life of grace and strength, a future leader of the waters. After several weeks of patient waiting, the first signs of life begin to appear. Tiny cracks form on the surface of the eggs as the cygnets inside start their struggle to break free. Hatching is no small feat. It's a laborious process that can take hours, even days. But with each peck and push, the young swans inch closer to the outside world. Finally, the eggshells give way, and the cygnets emerge, wet and exhausted but alive. These first moments are crucial, as the young swans imprint on their parents, a bond that will guide them through the early stages of their life. The mother gently nudges them, encouraging them to explore their new surroundings, while the father stands guard, ever vigilant. These tiny, fluffy creatures might seem vulnerable, but they are born survivors, equipped with the instincts needed to navigate their watery world. Thank you for being a part of the nature and science community on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your comments are essential in helping us make better videos. Not long after hatching, the cygnets face their first true test, the water. For a creature whose life will be spent largely on the surface of lakes and rivers, this moment is a rite of passage. With gentle coaxing from their mother, the cygnets take their first, tentative steps into the water. It's an instinctive act, yet one that's filled with uncertainty and wonder. As they float for the first time, their tiny feet begin to paddle, finding the rhythm that will carry them through life. Their downy feathers, still wet from the hatching, provide just enough buoyancy to keep them afloat. Under the watchful eyes of their parents, the cygnets learn to navigate the water, staying close to the safety of the family group. Each movement is a step towards independence, a vital skill that they will continue to hone in the coming weeks and months. Family is at the heart of a swan's life. From the moment they hatch, cygnets are surrounded by the protective embrace of their parents. Swans are known for their strong family bonds, and this connection is evident in the way they move and interact with one another. The cygnets are never far from their parents, who guide them with gentle nudges and soft calls. These interactions are not just about survival, they are lessons in communication, trust, and cooperation. As the young swans grow, they learn by observing their parents, mimicking their movements and behaviors. The family unit works as a team, moving in unison across the water, foraging together, and resting side by side. This period of close familial interaction is crucial, as it lays the foundation for the cygnets' future roles within their own social groups. It is within this tight-knit family that the cygnets find the security and guidance needed to navigate the early challenges of life. Time passes, and the cygnets grow rapidly. Their soft, fluffy down begins to give way to stronger feathers, a sign that they are moving towards adulthood. This transformation is gradual but constant, as they shed their juvenile appearance and take on the characteristics of the adult swans they will soon become. The growth process is not just physical, it is also a time of learning and adaptation. The young swans start to explore their environment more independently, testing the limits of their territory and interacting with other wildlife. They begin to develop the instincts that will serve them throughout their lives, such as the ability to find food, recognize threats, and communicate with their peers. The parents, though still protective, start to give their young more space, allowing them to develop the skills they will need to survive on their own. This period of growth is both a time of discovery and a step towards the inevitable independence that awaits. One of the most significant milestones in a young swan's life is learning to fly. It is a skill that requires strength, coordination, and courage. The first attempts are often awkward, with the young swans flapping their wings vigorously while running across the water's surface. These initial efforts might result in little more than a few feet of air, but they are crucial first steps towards mastering the skies. Over time, with persistence and practice, the young swans begin to lift higher and fly further. Each flight builds their confidence and hones their abilities. For the parents, this is a bittersweet moment, as they watch their young gain the skills needed for independence. The sky, once an unattainable frontier, becomes the young swan's new domain. Soon, they will be ready to join the adults in the great migrations that define the life of many swan species. A journey that will test their endurance and their ability to survive in a world full of challenges. As swans reach adulthood, their thoughts turn to the next stage of life, finding a mate. Swans are known for their elaborate courtship rituals, focused on both bonding and attraction. The courtship dance is a synchronized display where two swans mirror each other's movements, dipping their heads, preening feathers, and intertwining necks in a show of affection. This dance is crucial for bonding, establishing the trust that forms the basis of their partnership. For many swans, this bond lasts a lifetime, with pairs reuniting yearly to raise new generations. The courtship ritual highlights the deep emotional connection swans form, transcending survival into companionship and loyalty. It is a beautiful expression of the love swans are celebrated for in cultures worldwide. Migration is one of the most remarkable aspects of a swan's life. Many swan species undertake long journeys each year, traveling thousands of miles between breeding and wintering grounds. These migrations are feats of endurance and navigation, as the swans traverse vast landscapes, crossing mountains, deserts, and oceans. They fly in a characteristic V formation, reducing wind resistance and conserving energy over long distances. The lead swan bears the brunt of the wind, while the others follow in its wake, taking turns in this challenging position. Along the way, swans rely on their keen sense of direction, using the sun, stars, and Earth's magnetic field to guide them. Migration is not just a physical journey but a test of survival skills, as they must find food, avoid predators, and navigate changing weather conditions. For swans, migration is a way of life, an instinctual response to changing seasons passed down through generations. Swans are fiercely territorial birds, especially during the breeding season. Their territory is not just a home, it is a vital resource that must be protected at all costs. A good territory provides access to food, shelter, and nesting sites, all of which are essential for raising a family. Swans will defend their territory aggressively, using their size, strength, and loud vocalizations to ward off intruders. Fights between swans can be intense, with both birds using their powerful wings and beaks to assert dominance. These territorial disputes are a natural part of swan behavior, as each pair seeks to secure the best possible environment for their offspring. The defense of territory is not just about the immediate need for resources, it is also about ensuring the survival of the next generation. By maintaining control over their territory, swans increase the chances that their cygnets will grow up strong and healthy, ready to continue the cycle of life. Swans have long held a special place in human culture. From ancient mythology to modern art, they have been symbols of beauty, purity, and grace. In many cultures, swans are seen as creatures of great significance, often associated with love, fidelity, and transformation. One of the most famous examples of swans in art is the ballet Swan Lake, where the elegance and tragedy of the swan are brought to life through dance. Swans also appear in countless works of literature, where they are often portrayed as ethereal beings, bridging the gap between the natural and the spiritual worlds. In some cultures, swans are believed to be the embodiment of souls, guiding them to the afterlife. This deep cultural connection is a testament to the impact that swans have had on the human imagination. They are more than just birds, they are symbols of the ideals and emotions that we hold dear, reminding us of the beauty and fragility of life. Despite their grace and strength, swans face numerous challenges in the wild. Pollution, habitat loss, and climate change are among the most significant threats to their survival. Many swan habitats are being destroyed by human activities, such as agriculture, urban development, and industrial pollution. These changes can have devastating effects on swan populations, reducing the availability of food and nesting sites and exposing them to toxic substances. Predation is another constant threat, especially for cygnets, who are vulnerable to attacks from a variety of animals, including foxes, raccoons, and birds of prey. Even adult swans, despite their size and strength, are not immune to danger. Human activities, such as hunting and fishing, also pose a significant risk. Swans can become entangled in fishing lines or injured by boats, leading to injury or death. These challenges are a stark reminder of the fragility of nature and the impact that human activities can have on wildlife. In response to the many threats facing swans, conservation efforts have been implemented globally. Organizations and individuals are working tirelessly to protect swan habitats, restore ecosystems, and raise awareness about conservation's importance. Protected areas like national parks and wildlife reserves offer swans safe havens, free from constant human interference. Conservationists also clean up polluted waterways, remove invasive species, and reintroduce native plants and animals to restore ecosystem balance. Education and outreach are key, as raising awareness about the challenges facing swans helps mobilize support for conservation. By protecting swans and their habitats, we preserve a species and ensure the health and diversity of the ecosystems on which they, and we, depend. These efforts highlight nature's resilience and the power of collective action against environmental challenges. The swan's legacy is one of beauty, strength, and resilience. Over centuries, they have inspired us with their elegance and grace, leaving a lasting impression on art, literature, and culture. But their legacy is also one of survival, of enduring the challenges of the natural world and the threats posed by human activities. As we reflect on the lives of these magnificent birds, we are reminded of the delicate balance that exists in nature and the importance of preserving it for future generations. The swan's story is not just about the past or the present, it is about the future. The decisions we make today will determine whether future generations will have the opportunity to experience the beauty and majesty of swans in the wild. It is a legacy that we are all responsible for, one that we must protect and cherish if we are to ensure the continued survival of these incredible creatures. Swans have become a universal symbol of love and loyalty. Their lifelong partnerships are a reflection of the bonds we cherish in our own lives. The sight of two swans gliding together across the water, their necks forming a perfect heart shape, has become an iconic image of romance and devotion. This symbol of love is not just a romantic ideal, it is grounded in the reality of swan behavior. Swans are monogamous birds, often forming bonds that last for life. These partnerships are based on trust, cooperation, and mutual support, qualities that are essential for raising a family and surviving the challenges of the wild. The love and loyalty that swans show to one another are a powerful reminder of the importance of these values in our own lives. They inspire us to cherish our relationships, to support and protect those we love, and to strive for the kind of enduring connection that swans exemplify. As we observe the serene lives of swans, we are reminded of the beauty and complexity of nature. The life of a swan is one of grace, strength, and resilience, filled with challenges and triumphs. But it is also a life that is deeply connected to the world around it, from the waters it swims into the skies it flies through. The swan's journey is a reflection of the delicate balance that exists in nature, a balance that is increasingly threatened by human activities. As we close this chapter on the life of swans, we are left with a question: what lessons can we learn from these magnificent creatures? How can we contribute to the preservation of their habitats and ensure that future generations can experience their beauty in the wild? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. What do swans symbolize for you?
Thank you for joining us on Nature and Science YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. Your comments are invaluable for our improvement.